Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today we will continue our next chapter in digital workforce, which is chapter 7. The title is Crowdsourcing Opportunities and Challenges. So this chapter will be divided into 4 parts, and let us take a look at the first part, which is the crowdsourcing opportunities and challenges. So for this chapter, there are 5 topics that will be covered. The first one is the opportunities and challenges of the organizations. The second one is the opportunities and challenges of platform operators. The third one is the opportunities and challenges of crowd workers. The fourth one is the recommended solutions for all the opportunities and challenges. And the last one is ethical issues in crowdsourcing. Okay, let's take a look at the learning objectives. Upon completion of this content, students should be able to first understand the challenges and issues of crowdsourcing from various perspectives, and 2, explain the suitable recommendations for the challenges and issues. Okay, the first one, we will take a look at the opportunities and challenges for the organization. So in the first part here, we will take a look at the opportunities first for the organization. So as we all know, the changing shape of work in the internet age with technology, culture, globalization, and the economic crisis together creates new opportunities and encourage people, businesses, public bodies, and the third sector to explore new form of business and work. So, crowdsourcing here present new opportunities impacting on how people interact with each other and with organizations, and have led to changes in skills required and used. And many companies are using crowdsourcing to their advantage, where it allows specialized skills to be dynamically sourced from anyone, anywhere as needed. So the first opportunities for the organization when we talk about crowdsourcing activities, the first one is the organization can have a pool of crowd worker. So businesses will receive a wider pool of resources and access to a pool of talents or skills from all over the world, which would not be economically feasible to maintain in-house or to be acquired out of house. The second opportunities is faster execution. Businesses will acquire faster execution as the task can be completed without having to hire or train new employees. The next opportunities for the organization is it can match needs and solutions. In distributed innovation, where organizations are looking to highly match the needs and solutions of specific insights and solutions, a large proportion of the winning ideas come from people who already have a good idea of the potential solutions. The next one is workers' gap. It is a potential to reduce workers' gap in certain sectors by employing workers using crowdsourcing. Okay, the next one is grow or shrink. The workforce can also grow and shrink over time according to the organization's need. So it is easier for the organization to employ and to terminate the contract of the employee. The next one is enter or exit. It means that the employer can enter and exit crowdsourcing venues at their whim without any significant transaction costs or logistical hurdles. The next one is reducing costs. It involves little or no personnel administration costs. An employer does not need to hire managers to supervise the crowd and can avoid turnover and recruitment expenses. Another one is new labor market, which means crowdsourcing may open up a new labor market rather than displacing an existing or regulated industry. Another opportunities for the organization is losing control. So these are some of the drawbacks of crowdsourcing to the organization. Employers on crowd labor platforms may lose some control over the work and the manner in which it is performed. Another one is meeting specification. Employers may find some crowd workers less concerned with meeting specification and adhering to policies. Real difficulties in ensuring the quality of the product. Okay, another one, we will take a look at the challenges for the organization, the challenges of crowdsourcing for the organization. Here are based on the local scenario, what had happened in our country. So the first challenges is awareness and acceptance by employers to employ crowd workers are still low because of lack of knowledge about crowdsourcing. The second one is lack of trust on local platforms and also the crowd workers. And the third one is real difficulties in ensuring the quality of the product. So those are the local scenario, local challenges that happen in our country. So that is the first part of this chapter. Here are some review questions. You can answer it by referring to what had been explained earlier. Now we will move to the second subtopic in this chapter, which is the opportunities and challenges of platform operators. The crowdsourcing platform provides the facilities for sharing the workspace for job providers and crowd workers. Through the workspace or interface provided, job providers can submit tasks that need to be completed and crowd workers to submit tasks that have been completed. Taking full advantage of crowdsourcing opportunities, platform operators may also help organizations and crowd workers realize substantial gain in productivity. Okay, these are the opportunities of platform operators. The first one is it helps to connect the people. Platforms for online work allow firms to connect with enormous numbers of prospective crowd workers and to distribute tasks to an amorphous collection of individuals, all sitting in front of computer screens. The second one is it is the first stop. It is the first stop for many individuals and firms seeking cheap on-demand crowd labor. The next one, it helps organizations avoid the traditional routes to procuring labor supply. It means that maintaining a labor force or contracting out to someone who does the job. Another one is the organizations and workers can interact and negotiate prior to entering a transaction. Workers can set their own hourly rates and control other terms, while employers gain access to a more qualified and stable workforce, making it possible to perform a wider variety of work. Another one is economy. Greater utilizations of talents as people who choose to leave full-time workforce can still contribute to the economy. The next one is local talents. It can improve the productivity of our local talents. Okay, another one is virtual resume. So, as for the platform operators, by using the platform, the organization use the platform can project virtual resume for the crowd workers. So the employer or the client can easily identify and see the resume in the platform operators. Okay, the next one is the challenges of platform operators. The first challenge is infrastructure. Infrastructure is the basic physical and organizational structures and facilities needed for the operation of a society or enterprise. Crowdsourcing is a web-based pattern which makes best use of individuals on the internet through open call, Hence, an internet facility for the community is compulsory. Okay, the next one is challenges for the platform operators in terms of what had happened in our country. So we will take a look at the local scenario. So the first one is in terms of awareness and acceptance. So as we all know, there is still lack of awareness and low industry acceptance in crowdsourcing issues. Another one is credibility. There is no established national minimum standard to ensure quality level of local crowdsourcing platforms, which reduce credibility of local platforms in local and international markets. Certification programs for crowdsourcing platforms have yet to be created. Okay, another challenges is talent issues. It is because of we are having the issue of lack of skills or experienced talents for platform operators to support growth of local platforms. The next one is auto mechanism. There is also lack of auto mechanism to match the tasks in the platforms with the most suitable crowd workers available. The next one is in terms of payment mechanism. Payment for completed tasks are made directly from job providers to crowd workers. A better payment mechanism is needed to ensure guaranteed payment to crowd workers who completed the tasks. And then the next challenges is cybercrime. Cybercrime in cyber transactions have instilled reservation among potential job providers and crowd workers from joining the industry. The occurrences of cybercrimes have instilled fear and reduced confidence in crowdsourcing platforms. Okay, so those are the challenges and opportunities for the platform operators. So here is some review question. You can answer it by referring to the previous notes that I had mentioned. Now we will move to the third subtopic in this chapter, which is the opportunities and challenges of crowd workers. Labour market, similar to almost every aspect of our economy and culture, have begun an inexorable migration into cyberspace. As budget-conscious employers embrace internet technology to access larger labour pools, the traditional concept of fixed workforce comprised of individually selected employees has begun to disintegrate. Work is flexible and provides a path out of poverty for people in developing nations, as well as a financial lifeline in countries with weak social safety nets. So these are the opportunities of crowdsourcing for the crowd workers. The first one is income. So by utilizing the crowdsourcing activities, it will help the crowd workers to generate income or additional income to complement existing income that will help to uplift one's lifestyle. The next one in terms of flexibility. Crowds will acquire flexibility in terms of time, location, and duration of doing tasks. Freedom to choose when and where to work, how long to spend, and what work to perform. The next one is aspirations, self-esteem, and experience. Through crowdsourcing, the community is able to expand their social and professional network and boost their community reputation and broaden their perspective on knowledge and working. The next one is productivity. Crowdsourcing can improve the productivity of local talents. Okay, the next one is the challenges of crowd workers. So crowd workers also encounter problems with information asymmetry, deception, and privacy. Crowd workers have very little information about their prospective employers and only limited information about the task to be performed. They see only what the vendor and the firm wants them to see. Organizations, on the other hand, can usually see workers' employment history on the platform. Another challenge is related to the employment law. For the crowd workers, they were denied protection of employment laws. Complication involving in attempting to apply existing work laws to online labour market. Crowd workers receive low wages, no benefits, no job security, and do not have much prospect at present of organising to change these conditions. Employers do not need to provide facilities and support for a workforce, nor do they need to pay overhead fees to an outside contractor. Okay, another one is related to infrastructure. Computer or mobile device and a reasonably fast internet connection is the most important issues for the crowd workers in providing the job to the client. The next one is skills level. Skills is the ability to do something well or expertise. Some tasks require low to moderate skill and can be performed in a comparatively short period of time. Others call for higher qualifications and expertise. The next challenges is limited tasks. Crowd workers may invest in crowd work believing that they can work themselves up to the more remunerative tasks, only to find that such tasks are few and far between and often require very specialized training that no amount of click work can approximate. The next one is around the globe. People in developing countries can work directly for firms around the globe without the sometimes costly and exploitative interventions of an outsourcing contractor. Okay, the next one, we will take a look at the challenges of crowd workers related to our local scenario. So the first issue happen in our country is skill levels. Economic development for low income in urban and rural areas and places damaged by natural disasters. So there are some differences in the skill levels. In urban areas, 26.5% household heads work in sales and service, 19.9% as plant and machine operators, and 15.4% in craft and related trades. Meanwhile, in rural areas, 39.3% are involved in skilled agriculture, forestry, and fishery-based occupations. Thus, low-income group possess moderate to low-level skills. They have moderate competency in basic computer and mobile phone skills and low competency in English, internet skills, communications, financial management, and multitasking. Okay, another challenges that happen in our country for the crowd workers is related to attitude. Attitude is a settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something, typically one that is reflected in a person's behavior. Low-income group also has a low level in attitude and lack of internal motivations. They also do not have a long-term goal, lacks internal focus, have low self-esteem and low motivation to earn extra income or reward. They are not autonomous and do not like responsibility. They have moderate level of creativity, productivity, and initiative. Okay, another one is issues related to motivation. Motivation is the general desire or willingness of someone to do something. So providing incentive is one way to motivate community to participate in crowdsourcing. Incentive can be divided into three categories, which are financial incentives such as payment, coupon, bonus, free product or free services, or social incentive such as award, prize or trustworthiness, and organizational incentive such as extra privileges or career opportunities. So that's all for the opportunities and challenges of crowd workers. So here are the review questions. You can search and answer based on what had been explained earlier. We will move to the fourth part in this chapter, which is we will take a look at the recommended solutions for the opportunities and challenges we had discussed earlier. Okay, so the first recommended solution is for the organizations. It is suggested that both organization and crowd workers would benefit from standards and guidelines that identify what aspects of the employment relationship matter in the virtual workplace, alleviate poor quality problem by offering or mandating satisfaction clauses which give organizations the right to reject subpar work. If quality of results matters, organizations may find that they have to make a substantial investment in the kinds of online quality assurance mechanisms that approximate real-world supervisions and control. An organization can attempt to design their request to protect any proprietary material, impose privacy or non-disclosure policies as part of their contract. Okay, the next one is the recommended solutions for the crowd workers. Crowd workers should boycott particularly abusive employers or adopt self-imposed standards, such as a blanket refusal to perform tasks packed below a certain wage level. Crowd workers ought to be able to take their reputations with them, so that the experience and positive feedback they have accumulated while performing crowd labour does not evaporate once they leave any particular platform. Establish a crowd workers association that could lobby on behalf of crowd workers, manifest group benefits, handle disputes, inform crowd workers of their legal rights, and serve as a clearinghouse for information and strategy. Okay, the next one is the recommended solutions for platform operators. Both organizations and crowd workers would benefit from standards and guidelines that identify what aspects of the employment relationship matter in the virtual workplace. Crowd workers should be able to click on the name of any platform and see how other crowd workers have rated that platform in communicativeness, fairness, generosity, and promptness. It allows crowd workers to avoid exploitative or irresponsible platforms and focus their energy on platforms with proven reputations. And the next one is the recommended solutions for crowd workers. Crowd workers should be able to click on the name of any platform and see how other crowd workers have rated that platform in communicativeness, fairness, generosity, and promptness. It allows crowd workers to avoid exploitative or irresponsible platforms and focus their energy on platforms with proven reputations. Providing ongoing training for communities that have moderate level of skills to ensure skills of the low-income community is continually updated. Since training are expensive, training should be given to selected communities that have the ability to learn. Besides that, providing subsidized fees for further trainings or advanced courses will enable the communities to participate in crowdsourcing. Okay, as far we talk about the recommended solution, so we will also take a look at what happened in the local scenario related to the solution suggested. Okay, the first one is providing basic skills training for the low-income community to improve their basic skills in terms of basic computer skills, computer application training, English course, and etc. Providing ongoing training for community that have moderate level of skills to ensure skills of low-income communities are continually updated. So since the training are expensive, training should be given to selected communities that have the ability to learn. Besides that, providing subsidized fees for further training or advanced courses will enable communities to participate in the crowdsourcing. Another one is providing financial assistance such as financial loan, grant and etc. so that the low-income community can afford to purchase computers or other infrastructure requirement. Providing trusted internet facilities such as Wi-Fi or using the e-Rezeki Center or etc. in more rural areas since most of the low-income community comes from rural areas. Providing proper monitoring or regulatory bodies are required to monitor fair play and prevent exploitation of the low-income community or crowd workers and other involved parties in crowdsourcing. And the last one is financial institutions, IT companies which provide training to the crowd workers, universities in terms of providing research, and the government should collaborate in order to ensure all of the above suggestions can be accomplished. Next one is providing motivational course and self-development course to develop self-awareness, self-confidence and boost self-esteem. Providing continuous effort in providing related training and course to further enhance their confidence on the benefits of crowdsourcing. And providing incentives is one way to motivate the low-income community to participate in crowdsourcing. Incentive can be divided into three categories, which are financial incentive, social incentive, and organizational incentive. So here are the review questions for the recommended solution topics. Now we will move to the last subtopic in this chapter, which is ethical issues in crowdsourcing. First one is, majority of tasks are completed by a small set of workers who spend long hours on the website, and that many of those workers are very poor. They are paid very low wages. 2. Companies that exploit the public for their own benefit, and questions remain over which is the rightful owner of the resulting intellectual property issues. 3. Lack of laws protecting and distributing ownership of ideas of users participating in crowdsourcing. 4. People are passionate about being in the community and will willingly contribute and may not realize they are being exploited by the company. 5. Crowd workers earn no benefits and enjoy no job security. 6. Crowd workers do not know for whom they are working and for what their work will actually be used for. Crowd labour can deprive people of the chance to make judgments about the moral valence of their work. Some companies use crowdsourcing to produce more authentic feeling of internet spam or fake product reviews. Number 7. Spam tasks will clog the platform so completely that firms and workers searching for more legitimate work will not be able to find each other. E. Crowd workers are not subject to minimum wage or overtime protection. And 9. The possibility of privacy violation. A great number of firms and researchers conduct surveys, collect anecdotes or testimonial, and perform market research. In the process, workers often disclose personal information without a clear guarantee of confidentiality or responsible use by the requester. So that's all for the ethical issues in crowdsourcing. Here are the review questions that you can answer based on previous discussion. That's all for this chapter. Have a nice day.